I don't really know what's wrong with this camera. Um, to use it and to film, I pretty much have to keep it plugged in. Um, because as soon as I unplug it, it just stops. And, so, whatever. Yeah, so, it's been a while since I've done anything on YouTube. Um, I don't really have much motivation to do for obvious reasons. You haven't, but if you've seen any of my other videos, then you would know that this just isn't something that I'm good at, and something that I, I don't know why I'm not even sure why I've made this video. It's, I don't know, it's hard for me to be on camera now, and obviously I don't look too well. I don't have corona, don't worry, but you can see just in my eyes and in my face that I haven't really been sleeping that well. I have been sleeping, but I don't know. I don't know. God, I look terrible. As usual. Um, I'm about to just cut all this off. All the haircut places have been closed. I couldn't get a haircut for like a month. Over a month. So I'm about to cut my own hair and just shave it all off again. I'm tired of feeling self-conscious about it. This is a really bad angle of my face. I look really fat, but this is really the only angle that I can do, because if I set the camera down, pretty much does that. I can't straighten it because of, it being plugged in and all. I don't know. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna shave my head again. My hair looks terrible, and it's just been too much upkeep, and it's just been uncomfortable to manage. Can you hear me okay? I don't know how loud I'm being. I'm not really used to speaking out loud so much these days. I've been kind of shut inside for the past month, which is really sad. I've turned hikikomori for all the weeaboos out there. Yeah, I've just been stuck inside. There's not a lockdown where I live in Texas, but there is. A lot of places have been shut down. I lost my job. I was waiting tables. If you check out my blog, I talk all about it and how my dyspraxia has affected my skills as a server in that workplace environment. So if you are seeing this and you have any desire to read about it, then feel free to go to my blog. You can find several posts there. I'm probably not going to post anything for a little while on there, just because there's not really much to say. I've been stuck at home. I go out every now and then to take walks. Sometimes my brother and I go to the park, and I'll run a little bit, or he mainly runs. A lot of times I walk, but sometimes I go running. I really should go running because I'm starting to look like crap again, I don't know. I don't know what to say. My social skills have gone down through all this, because you know social skills are like any other kind of skills, where if you don't put it into practice, if you don't have a way to practice doing it and talking to people and communicating with others, then you do sort of get out of the habit, and you do get bad at it. Again, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm an idiot. So yeah, obviously because of that, my communication skills have just turned to crap, because I haven't really talked to anybody but my brother, and he and I don't really talk all that much anyway. And wow, I've broken my record from talking about nonsense. This is why I don't do videos. Why the hell do I do this? I'm so bad at this. I have nothing to say. I'm a loser. I'm a fucking loser. That's all. That's all I am. And I just, every day passes me by. Every, I don't know, I guess it's that depression or something, I don't know. But nobody cares. I mean, people don't care about depression. I mean, your problems don't matter, you know. So if you suffer from depression, I mean, nobody gives a shit. Unless you kill yourself. And, you know, I mean, that's just a matter of time. I've said it before. That's gonna end up happening one day with me. I don't really have anything to live for. My funds have pretty much run out. They're running out anyway. I only have about 40 bucks in my bank account right now. We were barely able to make rent, no thanks to me. And you know, every last bit of money that I have is kind of vanishing through, you know, groceries and stuff. What happened to my neck? I used to have such a long neck, and now my face has gotten so fat, and now I have like no neck. I don't know. I'm pretty ugly anyway, in general. Objectively, God, I have no self-esteem whatsoever. Zero. Absolutely zero self-esteem. It's not that I haven't been at all productive. I haven't really been productive enough. I've just been I don't know. I've just been wasting my life away. I can't motivate myself to do anything. I procrastinate everything just because I've just been too depressed to do anything. I don't have any friends. You know, very few people really care about me, and I'm not doing too good. You know, that kind of self-isolation. I've seen it before from you know, to people, and it's not a good thing. And for a lot of people, it's really hard to go through just being at home, being by yourself, and just having no one to talk to, and just thinking too much. That's kind of what's been going on. I've been thinking too much, and it doesn't help the fact that I've been working on my book. I mean, that's been the one productive thing that I've done, you know, in the past month. And I don't know, I'm kind of losing faith in that too, because nobody's ever cared about anything else that I've done. Nobody's ever cared about my web series. No one's ever cared about anything else I've written. People don't really care about any plays that I've ever done. It's like everything that I've done in my life, any bit of productivity has been pointless and for nothing. Just for absolutely nothing. But maybe my own benefit, but, you know, I'm a worthless person. And I'm just alone all the time. Getting older and fatter and balder, and I don't know. I'm losing it. I don't even feel sad. I just feel this emptiness. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't know why I try to bring other people into my depression. I guess it's just I have no one to talk to. And I don't know, maybe I just want to feel a connection with somebody, but I don't. And I shouldn't, because anytime I've ever felt a connection with anybody, I've gotten hurt, and it's blown up in my face, and I don't know, everything just kind of goes wrong, and everything's always kind of gone wrong in my life, and I just look at other people and I just wish, why can't I have that kind of happiness? Why can't I just enjoy life and just have people care about you and have a circle of friends and go out and do fun things, you know, and be able to work at something that you enjoy doing. I guess very few people get to do that, but I don't know, everything is fleeting. I can't even think about trying to date anybody. I mean, God, can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody dating this? I don't know. It's so hard to pull yourself out of this pit, especially with everything that's happened in my life. I just cannot feel good about myself in any way. I hate everything about myself. I hate every inch of my appearance. I hate my voice, the way I speak. Which is why I'm not even gonna review this after I've shot this footage. I'm just gonna put it up there because I don't want to hear myself talk. Just like my last few videos. That's why I stopped doing it. I used to script these and I used to actually try to put effort into it. And then I saw how pointless and how worthless that effort was. And, you know, I mean, nobody watched anything I did and I didn't like anything that I did. I was dissatisfied with every bit of it, and I'm just kind of broadcasting my own failures and my own patheticness, and I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, with this whole COVID-19 thing, everything's sort of been canceled. I was doing a play that I was really enjoying called Run for Your Wife, and I'm talking about stuff I've mentioned in my blog, but again, nobody reads my blog, just like nobody watches these videos, so, you know, I might as well talk about it still. But yeah, I was doing a play. It was a British farce, and I don't remember if I talked about it in any previous videos, but it was a British farce that was really funny, and unfortunately, after our first weekend, our show got canceled. So we weren't able to finish our run. All that work went for nothing. And everything else has kind of been postponed or canceled or something. I thought we were going to move in with our parents for a little while so that we could save some money and I could try to get a job and not have to worry about rent and stuff. But my brother changed his mind and decided he wanted to renew our lease, so I'm stuck at this place for at least another 6 months. One of the upsides that has happened is that I've gotten into sort of more into the dyspraxic community. And, you know, it's kind of counterproductive that a channel that was meant to be about dyspraxia and my experiences with it hardly ever talks about it. It's literally just videos of me bitching and just being all around a bummer. But that is one thing that's happened, is I've spoken to some more people online, and I've been looking in various dyspraxic groups, and they had a Zoom meeting with people from around the world through the Dyspraxia and Life magazine and the Dyspraxia and Adult. I forget what that one's called, but they're basically just adults living with dyspraxia, and we had a Zoom call, and I was a part of that meeting. In fact, I wanted to do an interview with one of the people involved in it. Look at my hands. But when I tried to do a recording of our chat, our video chat, it just started lagging, because everything I have is complete shit, you know. My laptop is shit, this camera is shit. I can't walk around and film, which would be a lot more fun if I could, but I can't, because I can't unplug this or else it'll shut off. This is another reason I hate what the fuck is wrong? I can't even fucking talk. And this is another reason I hate recording here, is because I never know who's outside. I never know if my brother's gonna come in. I don't know. I'm on edge about everything. I always feel like I'm never gonna have any alone time. I don't want to go in my room because my room is a mess. I mean, I have no organization. My life is total chaos. Anyway, what have I been talking about? I was talking about the Zoom meeting, as if you cared. I was talking about the Zoom meeting, and I was talking with dyspraxics from around the world. Some were from, most of them were from the UK. There were a couple from Ireland. Most were from England. There were a couple, there was one other person from North America. She lived in Canada. And, yeah, it was a bunch of people. And that was great. And it was, I went through my whole life not knowing what was wrong with me and not really having anybody I could talk to about what I was experiencing, all the trouble in my life. And I didn't understand it, and then when I finally did understand it, I still had no one I could talk to because there wasn't anybody around me that understood it, understood dyspraxia, and understood what it was like to go through something like this, and no one who could support me. I had no one. I still had no one. I still don't. But for once, to finally be able to talk to people who had similar experiences, who struggled throughout their lives in school and through everything, through work, and, all these problems they have with coordination and balance and sort of thought processing, keeping a train of thought, which is obviously something I'm really bad at, communicating, speech, all that stuff that dyspraxia affects. And the more severe it is, the more it interferes with your life, and it really interferes with my life. And if you check out my blog, I promise it's not as incoherent as me talking right now, but it talks a lot about how it affects me, and my book goes into that a lot, and the loneliness that I felt and the isolation that I felt, and just not being able to do anything about it, and to not be able to function like now. I'm 26 years old. I can't function in life. I'm a failure. But anyway, for a brief moment, there were two different meetings. They both lasted about 40 minutes, which is generally how long those kinds of meetings can last. And it was just nice for once to be able to talk to people with the same condition and to share experiences and to identify. We all understood certain things about each other, and I actually spent a good amount of time talking about, me doing theater and how dyspraxia has affected that, and how that was the only place that I had where I could feel in control, was being on that stage and playing a character. And, people were actually gaining an interest in something that I was talking about. So that was great for me. That was a wonderful experience, to be able to actually connect with people. Of course, none of us are going to be friends or anything. I mean, they live across the seas, and, the only closest person to me lived on the literal other side of the continent. So, it's not going to lead to anything, but I might do, involve myself with a couple more meetings, maybe even host my own. I wish that I could record something, I'd love to have a guest and just have a conversation with somebody who had it, so that it could be two people talking about it instead of me. It's so hard for me to just do this, it would be much easier if I actually had some sort of stimulation. I'm just looking at my walls trying to figure out what the fuck I'm trying to say. So if I had another person with me, then I could talk to that person, and we could get, share experiences and actually have a conversation. I could have a conversation with somebody just fine, but if I'm just, spitballing it, then it becomes tragic like this. In a way, I'm kind of glad that this doesn't, nobody watches these videos, because Oh, people would love to talk shit, I'm sure. People would love to rip on me, and but I don't know. I don't know. I am I am a tragic soul. I'm a perfect example of when dyspraxia can go wrong and how a person's life can go wrong whenever they get, when they don't get treatment and when they don't get a diagnosis for these things. So they go through their life kind of not understanding or not knowing how to deal with their problems, with their issues, with the trickeries of modern living. Um, because people thought all sorts of things about me. They thought I had ADD, they thought that I was autistic, and that kind of thing really gets to me now. I've dealt with a lot of psychological trauma from being labeled with things I didn't have and having people say this and that about me, that my nostrils flaring, that too. And it's just caused me just years of chronic depression and just self-hatred. I heard a car door closing. I feel like any moment my brother could come in and interrupt this conversation. Anyway, probably should be. I'm trying not to scratch my nose on camera because it looks like I'm picking it, but I don't know, I always have to scratch my nose. Get a little bit of hand sanitizer. I want to do reaction videos. I feel like I'd be okay at that, I could make fun of stuff and, keep things light, because I'm just thinking about all the woes and sorrows of my measly existence. But I think I could do a good job with it, but I don't have anywhere to set my camera that would work too well, and I don't know. I mean, I could film with my laptop, but that's such shitty quality, and this camera isn't, not the best camera there is, but it's the best thing that I could shoot with. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you're watching the complete breakdown of a person. How do I end this video? I haven't even talked about anything. The only worthwhile piece of information I've talked about at all has been that Zoom meeting, and so I'm just gonna end this, and just say that I know you don't like me, person watching, if you exist. But even if you just feel sorry for me, have any pity for me at all, just feel free to give me a follow on Instagram at the Theatric Dyspraxic, all one word, lowercase, and check out my blog at thetheatricdyspraxic.com and see if I post anything soon, And I'm just going to continue working on my book and feeling depressed and being a loser and shave my head. So I'm probably going to do that today. So all this mound of hair that is receding like crazy is going away, because I'm getting pretty darn sick of it. Man, I'm showing like my worst colors right now. Anyway, fuck. Should I even upload this? Should I? I mean, this is just sad. I don't even know how long I don't even know how much time has passed by since I've pressed record. It's probably gonna be like an hour. Alright. I'll give you sweet mercy. Bye-bye.